Do you think it's possible for them to fix the major complaints that people have with Rising? I think this is a good game. It just has flaws because it launched, maybe. No, they knew that this stuff was going to be a part of the game. It's all for casuals. You have to understand that. The 66L stuff is literally just a casual thing. Like, a lot of the aggressive stuff and a lot of the things that they added to the game was to make people want to look at the game. People hate the fucking slow pace of the game in the original Grand Blue. And in Grand Blue Vanilla, people did not like motherfuckers walking back and forth like they do in Street Fighter. For all it's for what it's worth, even though Street Fighter 6 has a shit ton of mechanics like Drive Rush that just eats people's inputs and shit, people more or less play that game slow at the highest level. They have to because the risk reward is so high. But in this game, it's as if like you always have to worry about someone just immediately doing 66L. And no, don't tell me, oh man, you could see them dashing before they do it, because a lot of the players at the higher level, they have a dash macro. So they'll just press that button and plink it with the light normal to immediately get 66L without any running animation. So a lot of the stuff that's in the game is there to keep casuals playing and to keep them invested as spectators, right? So no, they knew full well that the game was going to be like this. It was made for sales, first and foremost. Now, will they change it? Probably. Maybe they'll change it because it's such a backlash. But I also argue that they don't care. They want the actual like talking point about it. If you look at Grand Blue's Twitter, if you look at their Twitter, the way that they're baiting engagement now is they're talking about how to like counterplay 66L, but they don't go over the fact that you could bind a button to the dash macro to make it instant. Yeah, it's not the devs. It wasn't the devs. It wasn't the devs that did that. It wasn't the devs that did that, maybe. It's PR. It was the PR. It was the PR shit. So, like, if you go to Grand Blue Rising's Twitter, right? They literally are gaslighting the community. And by saying, like, oh man, you could just stop 66L by just looking for it and reacting with a button. So look, they show 66L, right? See that? If it blocks, they're plus. They're still in, right? And then you have to find a way to get out of the pressure, right? Because he tried to 66L again. But here's the problem, right? If you notice, right? The Grand player is reacting to him running up. They're not reacting to the 66L. See? They're not reacting to the 66L. They're reacting to him dashing up, right? So, what if you just plinked the 66L? What if you just plink it? And so that's what I showed off, actually. I made a tweet about it, but I don't think people give a shit because it's like, who cares, right? But my tweet about it, here it is. I'm just spamming the dash macro. See? I'm just doing it. I don't care. And you can see how instant it is. Instant. You didn't react. You don't. Where did you see the dash? Yeah, you just bind it to one button. You bind it to one button. And it recovers so fast, right? This is what happens. He did super. I recovered in time to punish him. It's actually really bad. It's really bad. I think that's like the biggest problem about the game is 66L. And I don't think they even cared. I don't think they even cared about it because they knew that casuals would love the shit, right? But that's what's happening right now. Everybody's just spamming 66L even now. It's a really good tool and it has literally no downside. There's barely any downside at all. And I can tell you, like, again, it's because you could plink the input and it has no recovery. It only has.
Yep, I hate this matchup a lot. Anilla should win this.
It only has 10 frames of recovery or something like that. Because it's 8 frames startup, 3 frames active, and then 10 frames of recovery. So you're not whiff punishing it, and it starts up so fast you're not reacting to it. And then it's plus and it's active for 3 frames, so it could potentially anti-air. I've seen it happen. So you're not gonna stop it. They have to make it slower. They have to make the recovery longer, or they have to make it start up slower. That's the only way. That's the only way. You could either do that, or you could make it safe on block and not make it plus. Because it's just too little of a risk and it's all reward. Like, people could die off of it. And then they also talked about Nier, and they talked about like how like Nier is like there's counterplay, right? So they're talking about like the medium waltz where like she summons death as Oki, and then she could do like lows and overheads. She has a dashing overhead. So like the way you could adapt to this is you could brave counter, or you could attempt to like spot dodge, etc. Right? So like look. See, you block high, but then she's still plus, right? She's still plus. So she still gets aggression, because, like, you block the overhead, but the puppet still is going to attack you. So she's still plus regardless. So you guess right, it's still her turn. And then if you brave counter, right, she could bait it, and then you die. And let's say you brave counter her correctly. You're back at neutral. They have to mash for you to actually get a punish, by the way. If she just blocked this, then, you know, she would be fine. The thing that's the problem is the fact that she gets so much damage off of this, right? Because if she guesses right, this is no bravery points lost, by the way. You pretty much lost like 70%. So it's just like there's no awareness, or not, they're not seeing like how big of a problem it is. You see? Because the risk reward is so slighted in Nier's favor. So they know, they 1000% know that that's how the game is being played right now. They know. But I don't think it's a dev that's doing that. It's just a PR relations guy that's talking about the game. They just want to increase like people talking about it, because they know if you're negative about the game or whatever, or you say something and people want to correct you so badly, you'll get people to talk, because people just love to be right on the internet. So they're going to like engage with your content. So that's just how it's just the move that they're doing to like get people to continue talking about the game. But in truth, for the casual market, people don't care. They're just gonna play regardless and then move to the next thing. The competitive players are the ones that suffer with it, because the people that are super invested with the game are gonna be like, well, this shit is stupid. Like, why is Nier doing so much damage? Why is like 66L so fucking abrasive? Right? Even with Street Fighter, why is Drive Rush so fucked up? Right? But it is what it is, right? Just adapt, right? Just get good, you know? I know y'all can't tell me to get good, because I be fucking cooking. But, you know, it's just, that's just the way it is, you know? That's just how fighting games are nowadays. And it's up to you whether or not you want to deal with it. That's just my honest take on everything. That's like the Street Fighter 6 PR team giving points on how to check DJ's Drive Rush. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't think I've actually ever seen that. And if they did, they would probably get railed too, but that's what they want, right? They want you to talk about it and be mad about it. That's all. Trying to react to 66L. You try to react to 66L and you get counter hit, bro. That's what you look like. You're just in heaven now. That's crazy, bro. I mean, it's the truth, bro. Just 66L, bro. It's not that difficult. Just 66L, man.